Hello. Hello. Welcome to Tim's Maniac Sports. This is Maniac Tim, and today I'm going to talk to you about um, the United States Football League. Uh, Actually, the one team that I really care about in this United States Football League, and it's taken me, shoot, over 30 years for them to actually come back. Yes, yeah, last year this team came back, and it came back by oh, the USFL. But that team of the Michigan Panthers last year was not a good team. Okay, they really were not a team that was able to score. They had kind of bigger names quarterbacks, but they done nothing. They only won 2 games last season, but today was a different story. This ended up being a close game. It was a back and forth game, and at one point, it looked like the Panthers were could lose a game. But in a spirit of never quitting, never giving up, and never surrendering, they ended up coming back by not by turnovers, but by some awesome catches by their receivers. So this is a game. This was the Houston Gamblers. It was at Memphis, Tennessee, of course. With That's where Houston hosts their games. But it was Memphis, Tennessee, and they played the Houston Gamblers. These were two teams in the original USFL. And to me, the original USFL was much better, a much better team, a much better league. It was just that they could contend more against the NFL because the NFL, even though it was the established league, the better league, prices were, they wanted to become the elite league, so they could. This league is kind of like, to me, this league will never compete with the NFL, where like the original USFL wanted to do. They were willing to pay the players. They were willing to do it. Um, but watching the Michigan Panthers was a game that actually it was enjoyable. It brought out the so-called maniac in me, and what I love seeing offensive games. I love seeing games that will go back and forth. But of course, I love seeing the game where the team that I watch wins. So, and this is this is something that I really really enjoyed. So I want to give my hats off to the Michigan Panthers. I want to give them say congratulations for making my day, for it being an enjoyable experience. Of course, I watched it at home. I was not going to go all the way down to Memphis, Tennessee, when I got to be to work tomorrow. Uh, but shoot, this was a game that I enjoyed, and I hope this is just the start of a season, a dominating season, uh, a competitive season. I'm hoping. Uh, and we'll see it because good play calling, good offense, good defense. The defense is strong too. The defense created turnovers. They had one turnover that was called back. Due to a, and it probably should have been okay, due to a foul that they were called. They were called for pass interference or holding or something like that. So that turnover was called back, but a couple plays later, the Panthers defense went ahead and forced another turnover, and one was so there was like 3 turnovers in the game. Uh, it looked like for a while they were going to be manhandled. They were not manhandled by the offensive line. They ended up standing tall, standing firm, uh, and it just really showed that they didn't give up. They just took the fight to the Houston Gamblers, and this team is a team that wants to be what the the original Michigan Panthers are and were. They wanted to be that team that they could uh, win. So I do like the way that USFL has is doing it this year, where it's not just one one team or one stadium. I mean, we have four stadiums, four venues now. I do think that it does still sell short. Where I think you have 8 teams, you should each team, unless they played in like the same city and stuff like they were a New York team or a Texas team. I really don't think that you should be sharing a stadium, like where the Stars and Michigan are going to be sharing more or less sharing a stadium. I think that you should play in your own city, your home games. But I do understand, I mean, in some ways, I think they're playing too much of budget football, and I'm trying to save costs. But I'm excited that they're going to be that at least the Michigan Panthers will be playing at Ford Field. Uh, I'm really glad to see that. I think that it was awful funny, and I think that last year it gave the Birmingham Stallions, which ended up winning everything, and not to take away from their victory because they did earn the first of the rebirth of the United States championship, but I do think that it gave Birmingham a a advantage that it shouldn't have. So this is what I didn't like as far as for, but I like the fact that at least the Panthers will be playing at home. Another thing I think that these other startup leagues should consider. One of the things that is really going to build your team. All right, now, you know, if you cannot get fans in the stadium where the city is, you know, you got to get fan support. And the way if each of these new leagues, because you have the United Football League and you also have the XFL. Both those teams are, or both those leagues, a lot of them are in already NFL cities. Okay. If you look at like the minor league systems in hockey, the minor league systems in baseball, you don't have them in the pretty much in the same leagues that your cities that your major sports ones are in. So Las Vegas for the XFL, yeah, I can see that. I can see that because that was they were originally in Las Vegas. Uh, but you want to bring fans, and like St. Louis is being where the most fans are, um, because they have lost two teams from the you know from the NFL. So St. Louis Battle Cats, you know, I think you need the venue where you're going to get fans. One of the ways to grow your fans is basically to have them in the city that you represent. Because if the fans are not going to be able to see them go to the games, you're not going to build that fan base. So I think the USFL has failed in they failed in their first year on some of that. Uh, but they're doing better this year. But I do hope that in the future you'll see them each having in their host city, uh, just so that the fans of that, so that your fan base can grow. You know, uh, I do plan on going to at least one game this year to the Michigan Panthers because I want to go. Uh, Looks like their first time they're going to play at Ford Field is going to be the 30th, so I'm going to need to try to get tickets for that. But I really want to see this team win. I'm hoping they can go ahead and um, can actually give a good run into playoffs, make the playoffs this year. I would really love to see that. It would be great. Uh, it's just something that we really want to see. I want to see the Michigan Panthers win. Uh, right now, the last, and I hope you guys cannot hear the background TV noise. But the last game of the United States Football League this week is playing right now, and it's Birmingham, or not Birmingham, it's Pittsburgh Maulers against the New Orleans Breakers. For people who don't remember from way back when, the New Orleans New Orleans Breakers started out being the Boston Breakers way back when. As the first USFL team, the first USFL league back when. So, and no matter what you take, no matter what goes on in this league, sure you have the first, the Birmingham Stallions being the first champions of this new league, but the first champions of the original United States Football League will always be the Michigan Panthers. And now I'm hoping that they can just go ahead and play true to that. If somebody wants to hop in and be my guest, if somebody's a Michigan Panther fan, hey, I'll talk about Lions. I'll talk about whatever on this show because it is Tim's Maniac Sports. I am a Lions fan, but I am also a Panther fan. I'm a Muskegon Big Red fan. I am uh, um, a Detroit Red Wings um, hockey fan. I am Detroit Pistons fan. So yeah, I'm pretty much all about Michigan. I am a Michigan Wolverine fan. Sorry for any of you guys who are state fans, but so well, it's just something that we got to really look forward to is the United States Football League. Hope they're gonna grow, and I hope that they're not, too set in their ways to grow because last year or the original USFL ended up folding because they grew too fast. But I think this league they gotta worry about not about growing too slow, you know. Uh, and well, I really don't have a whole lot to say. The draft is coming up, and the NFL draft is coming up, and of course you have the uh, NBA playoffs are going on right now too. So there's a lot going on in sports. Baseball is back. Please leave comments on how you like the new rules in baseball too. Yeah. And what do you guys think? Do you guys think I'm dead off in what I'm saying as far as for the way the USFL is running it? And once again, I would really like to see The Rock and the owners of the XFL get together with the owners of the United States Football League and get some type of working agreement and play at the same time and kind of work to strengthen both their leagues, uh, so that they can go ahead and compete and have each championship play the other team's champion. You know, I mean, yeah, it makes your league champion a little bit more or a little bit less prestigious. All right, because if you have like a unified one, uh, but it makes the champion of the both leagues more prestigious, if you know what I'm saying. It's just like there was no Super Bowl until it was embraced where the AFL and the NFL merged, and then the AFC and NFC. And I'm not necessarily calling for a merger of league, but at least a working agreement where they each. I mean, Major League Baseball, you have two totally different leagues, but you have one baseball. So you have the World Series. So I just think that with the strength, if both of those could get playing, if both of those could work together, if they could, they'd make a stronger unified league. And let I mean, just like you got the AFC, you got the NFC in the NFL, let them each keep their names, let them each keep their, the league names, or something representative to it. But, work together, get your schedules so that they match up more or less the times, and then play. Also, what do you guys think about the next year? I heard rumors that the Arena League is thinking about coming back. Uh, so what's going to happen there with another spring? Another spring summer league. Uh, it's totally, it's totally different ball game. I remembered I liked going to the Grand Rapids Rampage when they were there. I do want to go see the West Michigan Ironman. It's just one thing, uh, the West Michigan Ironman, which is a arena league, a minor one that we got here in Muskegon. Uh, they're not good at really promoting their stuff. So, I their season is halfway over with right now. So I'm going to try to go there to their next home game, hopefully, if I don't have to work that day. But what's it going to be like when if you got three football leagues competing? And thank you for I don't know who was watching in Tim's Maniac Sports, but thank you for checking it out. I do appreciate it. Uh, and hey, leave comments. You guys are fully appreciate that. Come and watch my stream. Come and listen to my talk. I really, really appreciate it. I don't have a lot of facts. Just an update on the game right now. It's almost halftime. The Pittsburgh Maulers and the New Orleans Breakers are tied right now. So this is one. This is one. This is one game where they're close, and it's right now third and six with one 1 second left, or they actually just gonna walk off, or no, they're walking back on. So they're gonna go ahead and try a field goal. So Pittsburgh is going to try a field goal. Uh, and I mean, it's kind of a long field goal. Looks like, oh, like probably a 40-yard field goal. Oh, it was blocked. It was blocked. And so it's kind of like the trick. No. Oh, they're trying to keep the ball alive. It's not dead. The play's not dead yet. Now it's dead. So time off. They'll go into halftime tied. The Pittsburgh Maulers and the New Orleans Breakers. You know, one of the things. Yeah, one of the things I've seen a lot is that their kicking games have not been great. So there's been a lot of blocked stuff today. So we'll see what goes on. Thank you guys for coming, for watching Tim's Maniac Sports. Please like, subscribe to this channel. I hope you guys will support me. Tell your friends about it. And I really need more guests. I need to get some guests on here. I'm going to try to do a show during the draft. Yeah, because I really want to. I really want to get more into that. The United States, or not the NFL draft. I want to see Lions get some help. And all right, I think that this next coming season is going to be a breakout year for Lions. A lot of people don't believe it, but see, sometimes, yeah, I'm switching back to Lions. Sometimes you just got to do it like Nike says. Just do it. Just go ahead and take it from being a disaster to going ahead. You've been building a team for a couple years now. This is going to be third year under head coach Dan Campbell. This is going to be a year where they have built things up. Defense should be better than what it was last year. I don't think the offense is really going to take a setback. Yeah, the schedule might be worse, but good team find ways to win. And we got to all remember, what is it? What is it that they've been trying to build? They've been trying to build a good team, a competitive team, a team that's going to go ahead and, that we can be proud of in Detroit. So it's time to see competitiveness. It's time to go ahead and see a full onslaught and winning the NFC North. Jameson Williams, if we get him for the full year at speed, also if him and Goff can go ahead and get clicking, who knows? I mean, I would like to see him be that damn good where Jameson Williams goes ahead and actually takes St. Brown's spot, not spot, but he becomes receiver number one. Or you have two receiver number ones, because St. Brown has earned it. And I'm really encouraged to see how those two are working together. And also the input you're getting from Kelvin Johnson, too. So, and once again, congratulations to the Michigan Panthers. They won, of course, this year or this week. Of course, Birmingham also won. Uh, so both Birmingham and Michigan won. So that's good. And sorry, just stand by a little bit. Okay, so yeah, and of course, Birmingham beat the Memphis Showboats. It was a close game. It was a close game. Uh, no, actually, yeah, Birmingham beat the New Jersey Generals 27-10. That was kind of close game. Uh, Philadelphia beat the Memphis Showboats 27-23. So that was just a 4-point game. Michigan was the big winner of all. I mean, 29. I mean, not too many more points, but they 29-13. So I mean, that margin is. Well, of course, you got the margin of the general. So these were all kind of close games. So, and actually, if Michigan wanted to score one more time, they could have, but you know, they already had the win in hand. So why go ahead and rub it into their face at the end? You had, you had 3 interceptions, uh, or 3 turnovers that Michigan got. So, um, so that's, you know, uh, I'm going to look at the. Okay. And of course, we still have the XFL going on. So it's okay. So, yeah, yesterday, Houston beat Houston beat the Las Vegas Vipers, or 28-21. This is XFL news. Orlando over San Antonio, uh, 25-23. Uh, today, DC beat. Let's see, DC beat Arlington 28-26. Man, that was a close game. Seattle Sea Dragons uh, beat St. Louis 30-12. So that was quite a game. Uh, you know, so that's just those are the scores for the XFL this week. Brought to you by Maniac Tim, Maniac Sports. So, and what do you guys like? Let me know what you guys like as far as for the USFL. What you guys like as far as for the XFL. Um, but I think I'm going to end the stream pretty soon here. I want to thank you guys once again for coming in, supporting me, watching Tim's Maniac Sports, and just remember what brings out the maniac in you. All right. Tim's Maniac Sports. All right. It was kind of weak. I'm sorry. But goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. I hope you guys enjoyed your weekend.